Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
Caught that little thing that's going around. You probably heard about it on the news somewhere. Yep. He got that. So so he will not be with us today, but we will be we're still going live with the show, and you have Gina and I here today, and maybe even we heard Fernando might be jumping in today if we're lucky. So we'll see if that happens. So Gina, who we got today?
Yes, we have extraordinary crew today, of course. First, Rita Pilate from Central Florida. And Rita, I hope I said that right. Or Pilate. Rita is a premier what is it?
It's Pilot.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. It's that Pilates that's in my brain. Okay, Rita Pilate, premier business consultant, empowering business leaders to thrive. Also launching a new platform to support people from all kinds of backgrounds, finding the resources they need to support their personal and professional outcomes. And she is looking for speakers for her new platform that she will be creating many stages and microphones for people in the new year, which is so cool. So Rita Pilate, and thank you for that. Please, everyone join me in welcoming Rita to the Real Raw.
Hello, Miss Rita Pilate. Welcome to the Real Raw. And Rita, what is your fun fact? Like something we might not expect about you.
Well, I have a fun fact, and it's about travel.
Ooh.
And I actually told someone this, and they corrected me. I told them I had been to all 48 states and all the continents except for 2, but it turns out it's actually 3 that I haven't been to. But my real fun fact is my ambition and my goal is to go to outer space. So that's the thing that I'm really yearning for.
And we know it's possible these days.
We know it's possible. There's catching up to my desires.
Yes, we are seeing Rita in outer space, and kind of come into the real law. The Real Raw is like coming to another multiverse. So you're halfway to outer space, Rita.
I'm on my way.
You are on your way. Well, welcome to the Real Raw. We are so excited to have you today.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
And Gina, who do we have sitting in the participant seat with Miss Rita?
We have this extraordinary woman rocking the real estate world on her way to make some moves. Cynthia Itzkowitz is with us today, real estate and investments, partner with Denise Rubin at Coldwell Banker, joined our immersion in Florida, which is awesome. And she does acquisitions for drug rehabs and nursing homes as well. So everyone, please join me in welcoming Cynthia to the Real Raw.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Miss Rockstar Cynthia. Now, what I know about Cynthia is she's kind of quiet and shy and a little bit reserved. No, not at all. Not at all, Cynthia. We're so excited to have you. And what is your fun fact?
Did you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep,
yes.
We can hear you. What is your fun fact, Cynthia?
Can you hear me? I don't hear you.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We do hear you.
We're like in a
Okay, no,
Verizon
because I'm trying-
commercial now.
I'm trying to put on speaker, so it wasn't going. I don't know what happened. Okay, as long as you can hear me, that's what counts.
Can you hear us?
Okay.
Can you hear us, Cynthia?
What'd you say?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you, but not on speaker, so I can't hear you. I have to put the phone to my thing. I don't know why. Am I unmuted on your side?
Yes, you're unmuted on our side. If you're using your phone, if you go to the top left-hand corner where the little speaker emblem is, you probably have it coming in through your phone instead of speaker. So it's in that top left-hand corner.
It's not on. Oh, hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Totally hear you.
No. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, now I got it. Fine.
You got it?
All right.
Yeah, I don't know, because I never touched that button. Never. I do Zoom twice a day and never had that happen.
There you go. Well, what is your fun fact, Cynthia?
My fun fact is, if you guys close your eyes and you think about your birthday, not your birthday, but how old you are, take that and go backwards and then tell me what you think.
Say that again. Take your birthday and what?
Birthday, take the age that you are, your age, and make it backwards and tell me what you think. You never thought of that, huh?
Well, what you think is that you are the, half less, I'd be 35. That's what I think. I feel 35.
Okay,
I don't know, Steph. Yeah.
There it is, girls. Just keep going. Yes.
And how is that your fun fact, Cynthia? Do you do something magic with numbers?
I always do things with numbers. My numbers, I live by numbers. I live by number 18, 36, number 3, and number 4 and 9. And those numbers bring me luck every day. And those numbers come every day in my life.
That is fun. That is fun. Well, welcome, Cynthia, to the Real Raw. Super excited to have your energetic energy. And Gina, we have some judges in the house.
We do. Our first judge joining us from the Jacksonville, Florida area, Dalton Tolliver, is with us today. She's a patient owner of Seven Bridges Chiropractic. Grew up on a 65 stable horse farm, working 12 to 15-hour days. From a family of entrepreneurs, her grandfather, one of her heroes, oh my gosh, this is incredible, was an orphan with a 5th grade education and built and sold a $32 million manufacturing company. How cool is that? Yes, and she opened her practice a year ago at a crazy time in the world, that's for sure. Looking to scale and grow. And we're so glad you're with us today. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Dalton Tolliver to the Real Raw.
Hello, Miss Dalton, and how are you today?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
And what is your fun fact?
I mean, I have a lot. You gave most of my life away in that introduction.
I hardly doubt it. That's most of your life, but
a lot of it. But so I would say 33% of my graduating class's name was Dalton, which is very interesting because before then I had never met another Dalton.
That is, now how many people were in your graduating class?
30.
30.
So 35, I think it was 33 or 35 when we graduated, somewhere in that.
Wow.
So there was 3 total of us, and we were, interestingly enough, the youngest. I was the oldest of the Daltons, but the 3rd youngest in my class, and then it was Dalton and the other Dalton.
Wow, that is fun. That is super fun. Well, welcome to the Real Raw, Dalton, and we have Cynthia, and we have Rita, and who else we got, Gina?
We have from Coral Springs, Florida, Allie Francis with us today, a successful business owner based in Florida, the director of rehab at Axe Retirement Life Communities, a large nonprofit developer serving the needs of 10,000 residents across 9 states. She loves writing, is a freelance blog writer as well, and she has 2 beautiful kids. She says the secret to be successful is to start early, and I'm sure, you know, your kids mean the world to you. We're so glad you're here with us today, Allie. Please, everyone, welcome Allie to the Real Raw.
Hello, Allie. Welcome to the Real Raw. And how are you today?
I am doing good. I'm so excited to be here. I'm not sure what to expect, but I think we're going to have a good time.
Don't you worry. Most people don't know what to expect when they get here. That's part of the fun of the show. And speaking of fun, Allie, what is your fun fact?
My fun fact, let's see. I mean, I'm not sure if it's that fun, but I am an avid gardener. If you know me well, people would never put me and gardening together. But I have a green thumb and nothing dies.
That is super fun. So what would we find in your garden, Allie?
I grow everything like Florida plants. I have ferns. I have a whole section of my living room that's all plants. And I'm currently rehabbing this bamboo on my desk, and it's doing well. It was yellow, awesome. It was 100% yellow, and now it's nice and green.
So Allie's got a green thumb. My version of green thumb is things that will not die.
I am with you, sister.
Yes, for sure. So Allie, welcome to the show. We got Allie, Dalton, Cynthia, Rita, and who else we got, Gina?
The only man in the house carrying the male energy for us today, joining us from Toronto, Canada, Justin Belobaba. I hope I said that right too, Justin. Avid CrossFitter. Yeah?
That's good. Yeah.
Awesome. Harvard grad, father of 3 boys. He founded his fourth software company and sold the other 3. One was public. Canadian Young Entrepreneur of the Year. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Justin to the Real Raw.
Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
And Justin, I'm so glad that, so happy you can get out of captivity there in Toronto and at least be able to join us virtually for all of this fun and magic. And what is your fun fact, Justin?
My fun fact is I grew up in the 90s, so I was kind of grew up during the whole kind of grunge movement in music, early part of the 90s, and I kind of got stuck. And Pearl Jam was and is my favorite band to this day, and I've been to like 50 shows, and it is embarrassing for my wife. She thinks I'm stuck in the 90s, but that's okay.
That is fun, Justin. And if Sean was here, you would be able to go down music lane for sure, because he loves all of that music and is a big music guy. Bruce Springsteen is his favorite, obviously being from Jersey, but he is definitely a big music guy. I can't remember, songs of yesterday or today, but that is super fun, Justin. And welcome to the Real Raw.
Thank you. So
we got Justin, we got Dalton, we got Cynthia, Rita, and Allie, and then we have one other person here, Gina, that I think has a bonus sidekick. So I don't know if we're introducing just her or her sidekick too, but who else we got, Gina?
I saw that cute sidekick, Kisori Castillo. And please, again, correct me if I'm wrong in how I said your name. Kisori, beautiful, from New Jersey, a successful realtor, residential and commercial, and has been in the industry for the last 8 years, loves her job, and is a Tony Robbins Platinum partner.
Yes. So I was there last week with Sean and with Adam. That's where I met them. And guys, we're also all home with COVID. So.
Oh, did you get COVID too?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
I think it was all the hugging and loving that we were doing down there.
Yeah, but you seem to be doing quite well. Sean's not doing all that well today.
Listen, so maybe I was one of the ones earlier, because literally as soon as I got off the plane on Friday, I was like, oh, I don't feel good. And then I passed it on so I brought the baby, I brought my husband, my mother-in-law. Not everybody's sick. But everyone's doing well, thank God now. Yeah.
Good. It definitely went around in that studio. Fortunately, I had it a couple of months ago, so I guess I've been like immune, so I couldn't get it again. But I got like a little bit of a strep throat, so that wasn't so fun. But yes, and where in Jersey are you?
So I am in Bergen County. So my office is right across right next to the bridge. So in Fort Lee, and then I live in Oakland. So I'm actually really close to their office. They're in Paramus, I believe. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I just moved to Ridgewood. So I live in Ridgewood. I just got here last week. So, if you ever have lunches or girls' lunch or anything fun,
we have to get together.
Definitely reach out, because my only other friend here is Gina, and she lives way far away. So
a little bit. I mean, I might come up for a lunch with Kisori. I'm loving her energy. It's an hour, a little over an hour trip. Not too bad.
Where are you, Gina?
I'm in Monmouth County, Rumson.
Oh. Darling, okay. Well, that is you.
Very privileged. I live near the ocean. I live in the ocean, by the ocean, and that is the best thing about it for me. And I love my town.
And Kisori, what is your fun fact? Well, first off, who was the little person next to you that was your co-judge there for a moment? Who was that?
Yes, my co-judge. We had to retire him because he was getting a little antsy. That's Oliver. So he's 4 months old.
Oliver is adorable. And what is a fun fact for you and Oliver?
Fun fact for me. So I love sewing. I actually took that up maybe 2 years ago. And I quickly learned, guys, okay, that pay attention. You cannot drink and sew at the same time. It's dangerous. Needles are dangerous. Okay.
Duly noted. Justin, are you noting that? The next time you're you don't want to drink, okay?
No. I thought it would be fun, but no. It's dangerous.
It's dangerous. All right. I think we are all noted. No drinking. And my fun fact might relate to yours a little bit. Gina might share that a little bit. Gina, do I have something in common with her or what?
Do you have something in common with her? What is it? What's your fun fact, Stephanie?
Well, I think if you're about to share something about me that might have a little something to do with it. I'll share with you.
Yeah. Well, I was going to share, and then we're going to hear about your fun fact. Well, guys, let me tell you about Stephanie Vihan, aka Bella Burrito. This woman started selling crafts on her front lawn at 8 years old. So 8 years old, yeah. And
I was not drinking when I was doing my crafts, though.
Not drinking.
No, I was not drinking when I was doing my crafts.
In her teen years, she grew into somebody that became a seven-figure income earner in the network marketing space. And let me tell you something that is not easy to do. She has an immense heart, a gravitational pull, lightning fast wit, filled with fun energy all the time. She took her huge talent to become the number one business broker in the state of Nevada. I believe you were 24 when 24. And today she takes professionals into the space of business development and acceleration to make magic happen in people's money and time. The one, the only, heart-centered, talented leader, Stephanie Vihan.
Thank you for that, Gina. And yes, Kasori. Did I say that right? Kasori's? Okay. Yes. My fun fact is I did crafts. My very first business was in crafts, and I would sell them on my front lawn. And you know what the greatest thing about that business was? My parents fronted all the costs. So they would take me to Michael's and they would buy all of my supplies for me. And then I would make these crafts and I would sell them on my front lawn, and I would pocket all the cash. And neither one of my parents were entrepreneurs, so they didn't really get what was going on. They just thought that they were funding my hobby, and it, kept me out of trouble. And so, yes, I made a lot of money as a kid selling crafts on my front lawn. So, and at one point, Kasori, I actually made, I would sew dog collars. So I made interchangeable dog collars. I made a dog collar and I'd sew Velcro on it. And then I would design all of these different Velcro designs to go on the collar so that my dog could, change its collar all the time.
That's fun. I didn't know that about you. That is so cute, Steph.
Yeah, I actually got them in a store until they called me one day, and a pearl had fell off one of them and a dog almost choked. So I decided I was gonna get out of that business.
Oh yeah, that was the time to make your next move. I wasn't putting the two and two together when you were saying that, like that you had that in common. Now, of course, I get it. The crap.
Now you got it. Well, so today we're having a little bit of reverse role play. So Gina will be sticking around with. Usually, this is a time where we say thank you, Gina, for multiverse. But Gina's going to stick around as our role player today. She's been part of Unblinded. Now for a little over a year, right, Gina?
Well, I've been part of Unblinded since January 2020, but yeah, part of the team a little over a year, and I'm so privileged and grateful to be part of the team here at Unblinded. So
so she is an extraordinary woman of heart and really truly is committed to the success of all the folks that come into Unblinded and helping Sean get them scheduled and really truly committed to everyone's success. So super excited to have Gina here today. And Gina, since you are our role player, you get to pick who we're starting with today. So who should we start with?
Right. Well, I think Rita is ready to rock it. So how about we start with Rita?
All right. So Rita, Cynthia, and everyone, this is what this looks like. We are playing with the superpower of influence, because everything happens on the other side of yes. We can't do anything in life having furniture. I just moved, having furniture, not left on my front porch, but brought up to my house. That requires a yes. Every real estate deal requires a yes. Getting into college requires yes. Everything requires a yes. And our money, time, and magic is relies upon the yeses that we get in life. So what we're doing here is playing with that superpower of influence and going from hello to yes. So Cynthia, Rita, you'll each have 3 minutes and you'll set Gina up. Gina's your role player, and she can be anyone you want her to be, that you want to go from hello to yeses. And now this is not like Boiler Room meets Wall Street that, you're trying to hook, pitch, close a deal, but maybe it's just a yes for a longer meeting. Maybe it's a yes to sit down and have a cup of coffee to talk about something even further, but it's a meaningful yes that would be a yes that you're seeking in the world. So Rita, what would be a yes that you're seeking in the world?
I'm looking for speakers for actually 2 events that I'm having. One is a challenge, which starts on the 27th of December, and the other is a virtual summit for January 31st. It starts on January 31st. So I'm looking for speakers that can speak in the areas of health, wealth, and happiness, which is
perfect. So would you like Gina to be a potential speaker?
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Okay, so Gina, take us in.
Perfect. All right. Hello.
Hi, Gina. This is Rita Pilot. I'm so happy to be able to connect with you. It was so nice of Stephanie to introduce us. How is your day going?
My day's going great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to just spend a minute and tell you a little bit about a project that I've been working on that's coming to fruition this year. I'm about to launch the Infinite Impact 360 Challenge, which leads up to a virtual summit of the same name. And you were referred to me as a potential speaker. And I was so excited when I heard about you and all of the wonderful things that you've been doing. And I think you would be perfect for this. I'd love to spend a little bit of time and tell you about it, and then maybe set up some time to follow up if you're interested. Is that okay?
Yes. And what is it that you heard of that intrigued you for me to be one of the potential speakers?
Well, I heard that you are fantastic on camera, and this is going to be on Zoom. I also heard that you are a woman of, let's say, power and influence. And that's an example that I want to see set for women all over the world, as well as little girls. And I want to make sure that we have people that are great role models, because what this is about, it's about infinite impact. And it's based on a vision that the Lord gave to me, where people can, by very small moments, change the lives of others. So I want to make sure that I'm inviting people who have that as a part of their heart. And I also heard that you've got a great heart. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to invite you. And I'm looking just for 15 minutes of your time, half hour at the most, to tell you all about the conference and why I really think you would be great as a speaker, and all the benefits that you can have, both for yourself and the potential to impact the world.
Wow. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate you sharing that about me. I appreciate what you're doing in the world around these events and the speakers you're looking for. And, you know, it definitely sounds like something I would be interested in and looking to connect with you more on. So why don't we set up another call or a coffee or something, and when it works for you and I look forward to it.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I am so excited. I just knew when Stephanie recommended you that you were going to be a great choice, and I'm looking forward to telling you all about it. So I will send you a link to my calendar, and let's get started, because I know you're going to be a great speaker.
Thank you so much.
Great job, Rita. That was phenomenal. We'll get to the judges in just a moment. And Miss Cynthia, are you ready?
I'm always ready. That's my second.
Of course you are. Who would you like Gina to be?
I would like Gina to be a large entrepreneur, billionaire that lends money to people.
Ooh, Gina, you are a large
exciting.
billionaire looking to lend some money to some people. Take us in.
All right. Hello, this is Gina.
Hi, how are you? My name is Cindy Itzkowitz, and I'm founder of a large company in real estate, and I've done acquisitions for the last 20 years and been successful. And I always had a lot of people in my company working for me. And besides that, they never left me. They stayed on board for over 25 years with me. And even when they got old, we all got old together. I got blonder, they got whiter, but that's okay.
Well, hi, Cindy. Nice to connect with you. I have like 2.5 minutes, so go ahead, please. What else can I do for you?
I have a community that we bought property in Florida on a beautiful lake. It's near Walmarts and it's near supermarkets and you name it. It's in a great area. And now we are trying to get a lot of money together. The property was bought, and we're trying to get a lot of money together to make sure that this happens, that people can have affordable homes, because these young kids today cannot afford houses for $1 million and up. And we're going to try to make a community for people that can buy something for $400,000 to $500,000. We're going to put a on it, a church on it, and all different activities. And we'll also have stores in there so they don't have to go shopping too far, and office buildings. So I needed help with that, get it rolling.
Wow, that sounds interesting. And what is it, the help that you're looking for from me?
So I just need to know that I don't get screwed up, basically, that I get in with the deal properly, and it all goes smoothly, and it's able to get on to the next segment. It's going to be a 5-year program that's going to take place to build all these homes, and how to figure out how to get these type of people in the community. It's either Chinese people or Jewish people. It's a community. I'm trying to build a community for these people so they can buy a home and live, and not to feel like they're struggling for the rest of their lives, because there's not a lot of homes out there to buy today, especially because of COVID.
That is true. That is true. So I hear what you're saying. I'm just not entirely sure what you're asking for of me. Or like you said, you don't want it to you don't want there to be any problems. Are you looking for a lawyer? What is it that you would want, from me specifically?
I get my piece of what I'm putting this acquisition together, and it's a very long acquisition. I want to make sure that I have all the right handles in place so I don't get locked out of this. Either I get a home plus commissions, or I'm putting them in all the right places with the right people. So, and they're very thankful.
All right. So are you looking to have a longer meeting? I have like 2 seconds left. So if you want to just call my assistant, and we can set up a longer time to speak.
Absolutely. It's a very intricate problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Great job, Cynthia. Love your energy. Gina's got some money burning a hole in her pocket.
I just want to tell everybody that today and tomorrow you should all have a lucky day. And that's how I tell everyone, have a lucky day, besides a magical day, but I say have a lucky day, and everybody knows that.
I love it. Thank you, Cynthia. Awesome. So let's get to the judges. Now, judges, we're going to go back and forth. You're going to have an opportunity to give 30 seconds of feedback to either Rita or Cynthia, something that they did well, something that they might want to improve on, and then a score from 1 to 10. 1 being like you would run as far as you could and jump in a freezing lake before you'd have a longer conversation. 5 being like, maybe you'll have a cup of coffee. And like 10 being you'd sit down and have a 10-course meal because you couldn't sit down and talk to them enough. So Gina, who do we want to start with?
Let's go with Allie first.
All right. And who is Allie giving feedback to, Gina?
Allie, let's start with Rita.
Okay. All right. So Rita, I thought that your presentation was I liked your voice. You were very calm. Your voice was very calm. When you spoke with Gina, you were able to get your message across of what you wanted. First, you were able to take your message about what your platform was and what the event was about, and you were able to tell her exactly what you wanted her to do, and you did it all in 3 minutes. I believe you could work a little bit more on maybe getting to the point quicker, in case for time, but I think that was the only criticism I would give. But I did like the way you presented the idea to her, and yeah, I think I'm out of time.
And your score for Rita is?
My score for Rita is a 9.
A 9. Awesome. So let's jump over. How about Justin, your feedback for Cynthia?
Hey, Cynthia, I thought casting a bold vision is critically important. Especially if you're going after the tech billionaire, and you did that. There was some emotional kind of pull with the difficulties that people were facing in today's housing market. However, I thought there wasn't a clear call to action, and I would have liked to have seen more certainty around what the next step is, what the little yes that you're looking for is. I would say maybe a 6 out of 10.
Beautiful, fantastic
Thank
feedback.
You.
And next, how about Casorius? Okay, want to make sure. Your feedback for Rita.
So my feedback for Rita, I love your tonality. It definitely connected with me, especially when you went into the spiritual part. I don't know, if that would connect with everyone else. But I do agree with Allie. I kind of, and this could just be me, but maybe I felt like it was just a little bit too long. You probably would have had my yes less than a minute in.
Beautiful. Great feedback. And then Dalton, your feedback for Cynthia.
Yes. All right. Cynthia, I thought that just like kind of how Justin said, there was really no clear call to action. And if you are working with a tech billionaire trying to get their money, I don't know that I would go out there so quickly and broadcast everything about this specific topic. I would get to know them a little bit, see if they're in that realm to invest in that area, and then kind of do a call to action. You have 3 total minutes. So something there of, hey, I want to look for an investor, and can we have like a deeper conversation on that? What you did well, I think you gave a lot of information in that 3 minutes, and I give you a 5 out of 10 for the yes.
Beautiful feedback, Dalton. Beautiful feedback. And so, Gina, what should we do now? Because this is usually the time we get to put Sean on the hot seat, but Sean's not here.
Well, you know what I really want to do is put you on the hot seat.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Don't get the chance. So like, I am like, yes, Stephanie gets to go on the hot seat now. So yeah, what's that going to look like, sister?
So what do you think? Should we randomly select someone? How would you like to do this today, Gina? Since you get to put me on the hot seat, how would you like to do this?
I think we should.
I would like to hold a number under my desk and have a number from 1 to 5, and let's see who gets it. What do you say, Steph? All right, guys, I'm holding a number from 1 to 5 under my desk, and let's start with Dalton.
3.
It is 3. It is 3. It is
That is the
3.
right number, Dalton. I was going to say 3.
Wow, there we go.
There we go. So Dalton, you can hold on to this. You can pass it to somebody else, but you get to come up with a scenario. And again, what we're demonstrating is the superpower of influence, but through the prism of the formula, 4 steps, 4 indispensable elements, and 4 steps, 4 energies, 12 indispensable elements. So you get to set up a scenario that I would go from hello to yes on. And we've done all kinds of scenarios on this show. One time we had a conservative New Jersey attorney that was like 70 years old that we had to go from hello to yes on, and why he should go to Burning Man. That was really fun. We've been President Trump visiting President Biden on why he should still build the wall. And we've done like ice to Eskimos. Just last couple weeks ago, we were Muhammad Ali going to the Supreme Court for a hello to yes and role played with Kalia Ali. So it can be any kind of scenario. It could be something that is meaningful for you. You could keep that for yourself, or you could pass it to somebody else. Do you have a scenario?
Wait. Can I just say it was Kalia Ali, Muhammad's daughter was on the show and said that nobody Sean was like channeling her father. I just have to share that stuff because that's such a big piece of it. So it's so powerful. So back to you.
I'm not that creative, so I'm going to pass that along.
Okay. Who would you like to pass it to?
Let's go with Allie, since she also.
No, listen, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm going to do. So I have to sell something to someone or influence?
No, you're gonna set the scenario for me.
Okay.
So you get to set the scenario, and I will go from hello to yes.
Okay. All right. So I live in Atlanta, and I really, really think that we should have a beach.
Oh,
there's no beach in Atlanta. How can we have a waterway where people can come and during the summer just sit on a nice beach? I think that we should have one there.
Okay. So then would I be speaking to, would it be the governor of Atlanta, or who would be the person that would make that decision?
Who would make that decision? I think the governor. Let's say we're talking to the governor, and we're advocating for people to have a beach in Atlanta.
Okay, the governor. And would you like to be the governor of Atlanta, Allie?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So let's do that. Let's do that. So okay. Hello, is this Governor Allie?
Yes, speaking.
Hello, Governor Ali. This is Stephanie Vihan. I know we only have a few moments today, but we were set up for a time to speak. Is now still a good time?
Sure. I have a few minutes.
Okay, thank you, Governor Ali. I know that you are extremely busy right now. And if may I ask, what is your mission as governor?
Well, my mission is to make sure the people within our city, has all the infrastructure and the things that they need to flourish. We want to make sure the city of Atlanta has everything that, no matter what area of Atlanta they're from, we want to make sure that people have what they need in each neighborhood. Can't do everything, but as governor, I'm here to help out as much as I can.
I hear, Governor Ali, that you are really about service to your people. And what inspired you to become governor and want to be of service to your people of Atlanta?
Since I was a child, I really had a vision of helping others, and I've always liked politics. My dad was a police officer. My mom was involved in small government, and I grew up in that political atmosphere. So I knew that my platform was through politics, and eventually I started young, volunteering with campaigns, and I just kind of developed my interest in politics and went through the ranks and wanted to be of maximal impact. And I think that in for cities and states outside of the president, the governor really makes most of the decisions. So I'm happy to see what I can do to help.
So I hear you like making an impact, but I hear you also like being the decision maker and being able to make decisions. And I'm really hearing, your heart, Governor, that, you really like bringing people together. Community, making a difference has been important to you. Sounds like service has been passed down generationally for your family. And let me ask you, what is next for you as governor? What do you really see in the next year or two?
Well, in the next year or two, I really want to see what the people of Atlanta is looking for, what they need, right? Look at all the needs, and in the next year or two, really work on that platform, because I do have 4 years to make a difference. So in the next 2 years, I really want to observe, take note, and see what's really important for the people, because we can't do everything. But for the next 2 years, I would love to just take note of what's important.
Well, thank you so much for taking this call with me, Governor, and being so much about the people. Is it okay if I share, maybe just a minute on, why I'm here and an idea I have for the community? Would that be okay?
Sure, I'm all ears.
Okay, thank you, Governor. So, as you know, I've been a member of the community for 20 years. I very much like you about service to the people and what we can do to bring the people together. And, now as we're starting to come out of this COVID situation and, not a lot of people have been able to travel, the community and I have gotten together and would like to propose the idea of bringing a beach to Atlanta. So I am seeing the wide eyes happening. Tell me when I say that, what comes up for you?
Exactly where would we put that? I don't think we have the infrastructure for that. Tell me a little bit more.
Okay, so I hear that the infrastructure, and I don't have time to go into that right now, but if I could show you a way that we could build a man-made beach maybe on the outskirts of Atlanta, where we could cost effectively bring in sand, where we could bring in water, we can bring in all the things, and even raise the funds to do that, to be able to bring a beach to Atlanta. Would that be worth a longer conversation with you? Would that be something you'd be interested in?
Sure. Sounds like something that I think that few people will enjoy. And as you said, with COVID, people have been inside. If we can figure it out, I'd be interested to hear more.
Okay. Well, Ali, I will have my team reach out to you and set up that meeting so we can discuss what that would look like.
All right. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. How out of role, Ali, how was that for you?
That was I felt on the spot, and I just thought about the beach because I think beach all the time.
I can see the picture. I can see the picture behind you. So yes, I am present. I am present to that. But how did that feel for you?
But I mean, I think it felt good in a way. But I think that when someone brings something to you that you're immediately thinking, okay, that's not possible, you know, now I feel how that would, you know, how someone would take that, because to me, you're thinking in your mind, that is so like a far-fetched idea.
Yeah.
But once you explain it, actually what got me is because you kind of picked my brain a little bit in the beginning. You got to know me a little bit to find out what was important.
Yeah.
So I think that you saw that if it mattered to the people, it would be possible for me to take a second listen or even consider it, right? So I think you did that very well. And I yeah, you never know. We might be able to turn a lake into a beach.
Yes. Well, thank you for that. And yes, and two of the things that that were demonstrated there was, one, the power of asking questions, right? To ask questions to gain clarity. And then two is we talk about level 5 listening, and always speaking into the listening of others and speaking into. So if you notice, like Allie kind of cringed her face, so you knew she was thinking something. And so leaning into like what is present for you there, that is level 5 listening, to listen to what people aren't saying. So great job, Allie. Justin, how was that for you?
Yeah, I thought that was great. I mean, what I kind of saw was starting with their why and their values, and then what I perceived at least was a meeting of minds around those values to kind of create that rapport. You said like, well, I also share, you know, this service, and then drawing kind of a straight line from, you know, the values and the why to the project and how this could help them, you know, better achieve their goals. I thought it was very effective.
Beautiful, beautiful. Dalton, thank you for that. Justin, Dalton, how was that for you?
It was really good. I think if anything, Allie was kind of on her feet on that part, because
oh my gosh, I was like, what?
We're so good about asking questions to get more to her why, and when you do that, you can see that at first she was like, hell no to a beach.
Yeah.
But as you kind of integrated your thoughts and integrated to be that, hey, we want to have similar outcomes, and it really kind of came through with the questions you asked.
Absolutely, because without question asking, without building emotional rapport, it's really difficult to get to that yes. So Kasuris, you are nodding your head. How was that for you?
So I thought it was perfect, because I thought, you know, aside from what Justin.
Ooh, Gina, we'll have to tell Sean Callaghan that. Kasuris just said I was perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, I heard it.
Wait, no. Wait, if one thing
now you're going to qualify that?
Wait. One thing that I learned from Tony last week: no one is perfect, but you're imperfectly perfect.
Yes.
That's right.
But I might leave that part out when Sean comes back. I might just leave that part out and say someone on the show said I was perfect. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, continue. Yes, please continue.
So to touch, so I agree with what Justin and Dalton both said, but one thing that I was like, ooh, she's hitting the pain and pleasure. She's gonna try and see, you know, which one am I gonna use to get that yes. So that was perfect. You know, one thing that we learned about last week was psychology, and Stephanie, you're good. You're good.
You're good.
Well, thank you, Kasuris. I have learned from the master. I've spent a year plus here at Unblinded studying the formula, studying influence mastery, and so I have learned a lot. Being, you know, having over 400 of these shows. With Sean Callaghan, watching him
well over, Steph, well over 400. We are in the like double.
Well, just for me being here.
Yeah, but you have and have been I just want to add, like, experiencing and being here with her in this space has risen immensely in the practice of influence mastery, rising in your skills, and that's such a part of the formula and really connecting deeply with so many people. So I just add that.
Thank you.
Yes.
And Rita, how about for you? How was that for you?
That was great. I was listening to the conversation. I said, well, what is she going to say next? And it really, I could tell it was like every little bit was thought through very thoroughly. So I really enjoyed that, and definitely the influence came through.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, there are 4 steps, 4 indispensable, or 4 energies and 12 indispensable elements in the formula. And going from hello to yes, the team is going to put a gift in the chat for you. So definitely download that. And Rita, how was your time today on the Real Raw?
It was fun. I wasn't quite sure, but it was definitely fun. I got a lot out of it, and I really enjoyed my time here. And it has been a pleasure to meet each and every one of you. Such an interesting group of people. It's just incredible. Fantastic group of people, actually. Thank you.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for being here. And Cynthia, I see your message. Thank you so much for being here and contributing your magic and your energy here as well. And Kasoris, how was the Real Raw for you today?
You know, so I have to say, I wasn't sure what I was getting into, but I definitely, I enjoyed everyone's energy. So thank you, everyone. You know, I'm at home for a few days now. You know, I hope the party does get rescheduled.
Yes.
Or it did.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I actually, I believe it, so it happens every day at 3, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. I definitely want to be a participant. I want to be put in the hot spot. You know,
Okay,
I like it.
so Gina, let's make sure whoever needs to know that information, they know that one.
Yes.
We'll definitely have that.
Yeah. I want to be uncomfortable, you know, like that. I feel like that's the only way to grow. So I'm next.
All right. Well, we will definitely have you back for that. And thank you so much for being here. And Justin, how about you? How was being on the Real Raw for you today?
It was a pleasure. I had a great time. Surrounded by smart, capable women. Great way to spend the afternoon. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. And Dalton, how about for you? How was the Real Raw for you today?
It was great. I like to see different aspects of how people ask for things and how they try and get to their yes in the ways that they think are going to work best. And then a good example of how to do it at the end really well.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, thank you so much for being here, Dalton. And Allie, how about for you? How was the Real Raw for you today?
It was amazing. It was great. First, it was good to meet everyone, from New Jersey all the way down to Florida, where we are. And I think that it's very important to learn how even Stephanie was able to get to that heart center to get her yes. Because sometimes we're so logic and you know, everything comes from the brain. It's important for us to remember to go back to heart center sometimes. And so it was, you know, just a good reminder, and it was a fun show. You guys are great.
Awesome. Well, Allie, thank you so much for being here. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. And Gina, final.
You know, final is the formula that was dropped in the chat is changing lives all over. This is a language and a technology that Sean put into practice in his life and became so incredibly successful and connected with extraordinary people at the heart through this integrous influence formula. And there's truly, I've been in lots of different spaces, as have Stephanie, in personal development, and there is no one that leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callaghan, which actually Tony Robbins even said about him. And the work of this formula and this incredible magic that we have here is really making and creating a huge impact and accelerating so many lives and businesses to create more money, time, and magic for many. So that is my final. It has been truly a privilege to serve here and be here with you all today.
Yes, and it is an honor and a privilege. You know, Tony Robbins, I don't know if you've heard this story before, but Tony Robbins said, I was sitting next to Sean when he said, there's no one that leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callaghan. And for those of you that don't know, he is a top 100 national, he's only one of 2 attorneys that has won a top 100 national jury verdict. And his skill and his ability to go from hello to yes, it's absolutely incredible. And he's been able to do that because of the formula, because there is a formula from going from hello to yes for our money, time, and magic. So definitely download that guide. Definitely have a conversation with one of our strategists, you know, to be able to ask questions and dive deeper on how that formula might impact your business. And Gina Ricci, we are all blind.
Just learning to see.
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Happy holidays. Bye.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Bye.